Good morning. It's the 25th day of July. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a beautiful Thursday morning, but it's drizzling somewhere here in Accra. So wherever you are going to, as you step out, please do also protect yourself, because that's the best way you can step out today. Take your umbrellas, take your raincoats, so that when it starts to rain properly, you would have some sort of shield. But today promises to be another exciting one, because it is Thursday, and Thursdays, you know how we do it here, and we hope that you sit behind your television sets and keep watching us. Remember, if you're also stepping out, we are live on Facebook and of course on YouTube. On Facebook is WTV Ghana. On YouTube it is Wesleyan Television Ghana. So just do all to carry us along on your phones and then your tablets. But we'll start off with some encouraging words from scripture, and we'll take our scripture reading from Romans chapter 5 verses 3 to 4. Roman bia wulole icho niji enumo keje kuku niji etenke ashikuku niji edwe ga kaneo ake shije enekeke shimo no wonya ye womanehumli eja ake wole ake amanehunle cheo hie miamo keba ni hie miamo cho su ni sanyomo hie keba ni sune cho hie no kamo keba. And then the English also reads like this: not only so, but we also rejoice in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance character, and character hope. Not only so, but we also rejoice in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance produces character, and character produces hope. What is this scripture telling us today? This is Paul's epistle to the church in the Roman church, and this is what he's telling them: that whatever that you do, the more you persevere, the more you do it, the more you have the zeal to do it, the more you would have the character to do it, the more you would have the endurance and strength to do it. And this is what, as Christians, this is what we have to always keep in our minds, because the more we do it, we should have it in our minds that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Whatever you are going through today, so long as you have hope, so long as you're suffering in it, it will produce perseverance to move on. And that perseverance will definitely bring out some character in you, and the character will definitely bring hope to that situation you are facing today. And so whatever you are facing today, please have it at the back of your mind that God hasn't left. God is still with us, and there's light at the end of the tunnel. When an only pen will you pay jacke, Paul will only in make Roman be no they call pay jacke, no phenomenon what chong when a sake were here, or me I were here, no okay, what a booty woman whom in the car money who were booty or mine, then was she way in the car money who name me, a baha wo he wale, a baha wo he can, no banya okay ya wo here, no banya okay me I were here, cafe no coquapan, the canuco quaquane, a casuban papa beba how, not when home, a here no come on baba how neke here no come on sake wo fen wole ake no fe no me no botio be pashe ni fe se bafo na pe nya ye kanina ne se bibia wo fe mu bia enne no Paul ni troy a wacho e de ama Roman 4 kire se bibia ye fe mu enne no nyankopon wo ho onim nya ye fe mu, so long as onim se nya wokomuni a and there will be a time when you would get to the end of it. Ni na ebesi na isia and the incranshe ebe bro. So this morning, this is our little piece we have for you, and we hope that it will take you through the rest of the day. So meditate on it. Thank you so much. But beyond incranshe, our highlights for today. So he was known as the man of peace and was laid to rest at the Afarley Park when he received a call to eternal glory on the 24th of July 2012. Now 12 years on, how was he remembered on the anniversary of the day he passed on? Well, we'll take you to the Afarley Park for the details of that story. Then again, some economists are unhappy about Ghana's rising debt stock and are calling for a halt of borrowing. So we'll share some concerns on that with you as well. Then again, we'll take you to prisons, where some 12 prisoners are in some medium prisons gained their freedom yesterday without stepping foot in the courtroom. This is good news for them, and so we'll bring you all the details of that story. There is a question of the day for you to meditate on. When it's time for you to also step in with your calls and your comments, you would have to answer this. And so it says that, how can Ghana deliver a peaceful and credible elections? And yes, we are just a few months away from election 2024. December 7 is almost around the corner. And how can Ghana deliver a peaceful and credible elections where everyone would definitely know that this is a very credible election that has gone on in this country? This is our highlights for today. Beyond that, we'll bring you the 𝗟𝗏𝗘 segment where we handpick some stories from the internet and the newspaper headlines as well. Later, we'll sit down for the part 2 where our news analyst will join us, and then we'll delve deeper into the stories. We'll bring you the comments, we'll bring you all the advice and what government intends to do about some of the situations that we are going to be mentioning later today. Then again, there will be a time for you to step in through the 𝗟𝗏𝗘 segment. When you step in, please do well to lower the volume of your TV set, because this is a conversation between yourself and our panel here in the studio. We'll also bring you the health segment, that is 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗿, and of course insurance minutes. We'll go back onto the field of play. We'll bring you sports, and then we'll sit behind that big table. When we sit behind the big table, you know, today's Thursday, and so definitely is going to be on politics, but not partisan politics. This is just politics. We are going to talk about the facts. We're going to bring out the figures and every other thing that is associated with, but we do not stand behind any other political party. This is just you and I trying to find solutions to some of the issues that we'll bring up here. And so please, when you call us, this is not about politics. This is us doing the normal thing and not standing behind any political party. Thank you so much. But before we take a quick turn, we want to say thank you to all our sponsors. You, our viewer, as our #1 sponsor. Wherever you are, we pray for God's blessings upon your life today. Then again, Danwell Insurance Company, for that insurance policy you're looking for. Log on to their website, read about their terms and conditions. If it applies to you, please do well to walk into any of their offices and sign on to one insurance policy. Pay your premiums on time so that you'd also be able to get your claims right on time. If you're in Accra, you can find them in Osu behind the Presbyterian Church. Multi-credit savings and loans, you cannot do business without money. And so if you're looking for some money to fund that business idea of yours, multi-credit is there to help you do just that. Walk into any of their offices nationwide. If you speak to the agents and you qualify for that loan, you'll be given that loan to do that business. Remember to also pay back the loan so that the next person who would like to also apply for a loan will be given that money to start that business of his or her business. So do well to pay your loans on time so that the next person can also benefit from that. Methodist University Ghana is also there with us, and so admissions for the next semester is ongoing. Just pick up a form. If you are a Methodist, remember it is free for you. And then you also get some 30% discount stashed out for you. And so get into their campuses in Tema, 𝗟𝗏𝗘, and Dansoman. Pick up a form and then fill it up. If you qualify, you'll be admitted into the school. You can do nursing there. You can do public health nursing also there. That's the newest course that has been introduced in the university. And so if you want to go into nursing, this is the best place for you. Agric, you can also do it in Methodist University Ghana. Pick up a form today. MIPO, Methodist Investment and Properties Limited. If you are looking forward to sewing your African wears, your stoles, your cassock, your church choir robes and all that, this is the best place for you, because it will be sewn to your taste. It will fit you just as you want it to be. And so just get in touch with them. They are located in Adabraka, inside the Grant House, adjacent the Holy Spirit Cathedral. Then again, you can also get the ginger powder, the ginger flakes, the ginger juices from MIPO. If you're buying in bulk, you would also get some discounts given out to you by MIPO. Please buy from them so that the proceeds can go into evangelism and mission and all that is related to that. Barbara Clothing, for all your clothing needs, do well to knock on her door, because she's there to sort you out. You're ready to wear outfit for your weddings, your funerals, your naming ceremonies, your parties. Just name the occasion and there'll be a dress for you. You can pre-order, it will be delivered right at your doorstep. Sankofa Natural Spice. If you are cooking today, whatever food it is you're cooking, be it bean stew, be it peanut butter soup, be it palm nut soup, whatever soup you're cooking, whatever stew you're cooking, whatever rice dish you're cooking, there is a spice blend for you. It comes in small sachets and big ones. The shop closer to you definitely has Sankofa natural spice, and so walk into the shop and buy one for yourself. KFK Foods, for all your breakfast, your lunch, your supper, your takeaways, you can get it from KFK Foods. Just locate them on the Ambassadorial Enclave inside the ground floor of the 𝗟𝗏𝗘 Towers, and then you can get all the foods you're looking for to eat from KFK. You can do dine in, or you can do it, or you can take it along with you wherever you are going to. And the package is very friendly. It comes in a paper pack, very nice, and it keeps the food very much warm. Thank you so much. We'll take a quick turn. When we return, we'll give you all the details of the stories from the internet and the newspaper headlines.
Hooray! The Methodist University College Ghana has received a presidential charter to become Methodist University Ghana, the prestigious university that delivers quality education to empower you to become an all-round scholar in developing academic excellence. Is calling on suitably qualified persons for admission to postgraduate, undergraduate, diploma, and certificate programs and courses in nursing, educational assessment and evaluation, guidance and counseling, psychology, economics, HRM and management studies, marketing and supply chain management, communication, IT, accounting, social work, ports and shipping management, PhD in education, and many more. Take advantage of our 30% discount on fees for all 𝗟𝗏𝗘 candidates and discounts for all Methodists on all programs at MUG. We have campuses in Dansoman, Tema, and 𝗟𝗏𝗘, which run day, evening, and weekend sessions. Mature entrance exams are also available. Admissions are ongoing and are done in January and August every year. For inquiries, call 0558 309059 or visit mug.edu.gh. MUG, the rich brand. METHUG, we have the zeal to educate.
KFK Foods is an award-winning world-class restaurant with over 10 years experience in both local and continental dishes. We render services for parties, cafeteria services for schools and hospitals, individuals, corporates and institutions, as well as groups who want to treat their partners to delicious meals and services. We have all local and international dishes, including banku with tilapia, fufu with light soup, fried rice with grilled or fried chicken, assorted fried rice, fish with chips, noodles and spaghetti, pizzas, pastries, shawarma, beef and chicken sauces. All kinds of breakfast baskets in Accra. Locate us at the Ambassadorial Enclave on the first floor of the 𝗟𝗏𝗘 Towers at 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. from Monday to Saturday. In Tema, locate us at Community 25 Annex, where the event center is located at 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. from Monday to Sunday. For all orders, call us on 0244 637647 or WhatsApp us on 050 33171153. KFK Foods, you deserve it. Do you need quality and professional ministerial attire? Be it cassock, clerical shirts, stoles, preaching gowns, preaching bands, wedding gowns, and sanctuary vestments, then your best destination is the Methodist Investments and Properties Limited, MIPL. Individuals and churches can also contact MIPL for their African wear, both male and female, curtains, church or institutional anniversary clothing, Friday wears, mufflers, diaries, liturgy books, souvenirs, badges, Lacoste and t-shirts, among others. MIPL produces natural fruit juice such as ginger, pineapple, mango, millet, banana, as well as specially prepared ginger powder to boost your daily vitality. MIPL Property Management is also available to both individuals and corporate institutions in managing your property and providing investment solutions. Locate MIPL office at the Grant House inside Adabraka, Accra for your businesses at affordable prices, or call us on 0242 122 787. If you are looking for an office space which is spacious with a car park, 24-hour security,
standby generator, then look no further. The Grant House building is up for rent and is located adjacent the Holy Spirit Cathedral, Accra. Call us on 0242 122 787.
Nana ye, Ediana mihui, enemrim, na water akakadro pepperin sia, na wakwakochi.
So mommy, said you me pay me aduane nyina natural no. Me this spice so.
Emuna akakadro garlic rinsia, ni na spices. Akakadro garlic ko adie ena yakeka bom. Na ye dia sankofa natural spices.
Oh wow. Na sana kesi nyina o. Eni me ya ye hit me. Hey, Munya Garrick, no, any day muchuchuchu. A free necro, Sankofa natural spices, and one you use 100% natural. Said the pen.
Adofo, Mamunya huge mistake. Sankofa natural spices. Didi
FDIG ejedi nkratwe yatu.
It's time for us to sit down and bring you Deru. Ado ake lebine ko obafata wo he ni woke sajeni yo internet no fe beba hwenye here when obaje was an igba shishi keje the late president John Evans Atta-Mills. And what it's saying is that the memorial service to celebrate the late president Professor John Evans Atta-Mills at the Asumpdre Park in Accra was marred by disagreements on Wednesday, July 24. Now, the confusion started after the dismissed Deputy General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress, Quarcoo, overran his scheduled time, delaying the second NDC event at the venue to mark 12 years since President Mills's passing. 2 wreath-laying ceremonies were scheduled to take place on Wednesday, July 24, in commemoration of the passing of the late former president, who died at the 37 Military Hospital in 2012. The first event, organized by Mr. 𝗟𝗡𝗍, ran over its scheduled time, delaying the second event, organized by the NDC and the JEA Mills Memorial Heritage. According to the late president's brother, Samuel Atta-Mills, 𝗟𝗡𝗍 basked in individuals he labeled as fake family members and instructed them to stay put, preventing the NDC from starting its program on time. In an interview, Mr. Atta-Mills, who doubles as the MP for Commander Edina Eguafo-Abrim constituency in the central region, alleged that Mr. 𝗟𝗡𝗍 is being supported by powerful individuals. Addressing the incident, the sister of former President Atta-Mills, 𝗟𝗏𝗡 Ahima-Kwashi, described it as ugly and disgusting. She insisted that the persons at the earlier ceremony were not their relatives. Apparently say Enra and former president John Evans Atta-Mills onya 12 years onyame etunsa a friend na Enra no na osanko mudi flowers kakra ekotu ni baby a yesie no e Asumpdre kan mukọ ene e ba ne say delays kakra be mu nti ceremony na ntumi ankoso ye we na Professor Atta-Mills ne nua Samuel Atta-Mills ka say we de em say kokwa ni de ho ahyeda pa na waye ne oye no na oni nkofo bit na aka mu eba ho nkofo we so emfree ebusia Professor Atta-Mills efree mu kra na sese a Professor Atta-Mills ni sister so ka say nia omuye ye ne de omu anye ne ye na aba ne te say edi enimguase kakra abre omu enti we na ekoso enra ewo Asumpdre Park. We'll take a look at our second story, which says that economists sound alarm over Ghana's rising debt stock. And so Ghana's rising debt is causing concern among economists, raising doubts about the nation's financial sustainability and debt management for future governments. The debt has increased to 742 billion Ghana cedis, up from the 608 billion Ghana cedis in 2023. Experts warns that without strategic interventions and prudent fiscal policies, Ghana's economic progress, especially under the International Monetary Fund as the IMF program, could be jeopardized. In his mid-year budget presentation in Parliament on July 24, Finance Minister Mohamed Amin Adam reported that as of December 2023, the provisional central government and guaranteed debt amounted to 608.4 billion Ghana cedis. This was made up of 351.1 billion Ghana cedis and 257.2 billion Ghana cedis for external and domestic debts, respectively. Former Finance Minister 𝗟𝗏𝗘 mentioned that they proposed consolidating various taxes, including VAT, COVID-19 levies, and the GET Fund, to create a more manageable tax burden for citizens. He noted that their proposal was submitted late and was therefore deferred to the mid-year budget review. The Associate Professor of Finance at the Andrews University, 𝗟𝗏𝗘, believes that to manage Ghana's debt, the government must halt borrowing and focus on stabilizing the city. And to Ghana and say most of the issues surrounding our debt every the stabilization of the Ghana city into Ghana city and other foreign currencies now. Also, say Sydney Janipa Wena, Professor of Finance 𝗟𝗏𝗘 essay and Kebeya and can stabilize the city no near affain so yen pose and I say yen fat tabobi and to say yen conquer jibusan or baby bium send a beer a car head the bit me to an Nana Ghana it to me a fan into Mapa Efa. Now we'll take you to the Supreme Court. And in a unanimous decision has declared as constitutional the existing criminal law against unnatural carnal knowledge of another person of not less than 16 years of age. The court ruled that Section 104 Clause 1B of the Criminal and Offences Act 1960 Act 29, which is being contended by the applicant, Dr. Obiri Korang of the University of Ghana School of Law, is constitutional. The applicants argued that the said provision sins against Articles 18 Clause 2, Article 17 Clause 2, and Article 14 Clause 1 of the 1992 Constitution. The plaintiff's complaint of unconstitutionality of Section 104 Clause 1 of Act 29 was grounded on the breaches of the said section to rights of privacy, non-discrimination, and liberties of the person. In specific terms, and for clarity, the plaintiff contended to the disagreement of the Supreme Court that Section 104 Clause 1B of Act 29 sins against Article 18, 17, and 14 of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. So it says that Article 104 says, unnatural carnal knowledge, a person who has a natural carnal knowledge of another person of not less than 16 years of age with the consent of that other person commits a misdemeanor. And so these are some of the issues that went on in court yesterday. Inti kase court Article 104 say to me any obi with the 16 years and below into nipa from 1 to 16 years no on to me fa ninya bibia efa oba na se bema ho enti we na omuka say ekoye pa because e wo mremu say obi a onya 16 years e on to me fa ninya sa onya above 16 years ya eno de eno so ne mra wo ho but so long as a onya 16 years and below ni de on to me fa ne enye sa enti eno a we na esi ewo court Supreme Court. Now, the former Minister of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, Professor 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗿𝗄, has lamented the lack of comprehensive planning in Ghana. According to Professor 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗿𝗄, this is a major obstacle to the nation's progress. The seasoned medical practitioner shared his concerns on Wednesday, July 24. He says that as I sit here, I don't even know what will happen to the transportation industry in 5 or 10 years. I don't know what will happen to health, industry, science and technology, manufacturing, and so on. I mean, we don't have set goals, milestones, so that you can talk about it when you meet your friends outside. This is a missing. He emphasized that this trait is absent in many policies and the will to stick to it. It is not enough to say, oh, Agenda 2030, we have Vision 2020, Vision this, Vision that, and when we do nothing and the set year is approaching, then we shift. Vision 2057, who is supposed to do that? Are you telling our grandchildren that you are not planning for them? Let us do what we can do now. When they come, they will continue and plan for themselves, he added. He further highlighted the country must address the issues of missed targets and the tendency to penchant of not achieving any tangible result. And former Minister of Environment, Science and Technology, and then ya all kanina say, Oshe Ghana my we mo any plan be for health, any plan be for manufacturing, any plan be for your transport sector, your roads be any plan be for home. Nani a to me and say, Tom maybe and I can say, oh, by the year 2030, there was 80 year roads near what Ghana ha. Now, ebani say edu year 2026 and na 2028 pe na yeni na yasan etu aheda biom na de akọ enim nti de bia ye tu akọ enim saa na ne esese ye ne de ye ntumi nye we na oka say anka be ye ma omo ba no ye da ache no sese anka ebe ye di planning fan to home fa mom se na be omo ba on betumi ato asa plan ne so e de ama omo ho. We'll take you to our very next story, and we'll take you to the Nsawam Medium prisons. And 12 remand prisoners at the Nsawam Medium Security Prison reclaimed their liberty on Wednesday, July 24. This was after they were discharged by an ad hoc court as part of the Justice for All program. Additionally, 1 inmate was acquitted and discharged, while 10 others were granted bail. 2 inmates were denied bail. Most of the prisoners who had been detained for various offenses, including murder and unnatural carnal knowledge, had been languished in Nsawam prison for years without trial. Addressing journalists after the hearing, Court of Appeal judge with additional responsibility as a High Court judge, Justice 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 lauded the Justice for All program and urged investigators to work diligently to prevent pre-trial inmates from being unjustly left to languish in prisons. In efforts to improve prison conditions, stakeholders in the justice delivery system are aggressively pushing for the Community Service Bill to be passed into law. Addressing reporters at the entrance of the Nsawam Medium Security Prison, Executive Director of the Perfecter of Sentiment, Jonathan Osei, also said the bill, if passed into law, will significantly improve prison conditions and save the state avoidable expenditure in Ghana's prisons. And see, and now as Debbie call so a war in some medium prisons. And the course when they say nipa be 12, ye ka say there Justice for All program ni there. Omo to me afi mu ama ene. Ye ka say ye ni omko to prison ho no ye fa omo nko court. Say ko try omo na say ye ka say there omo tumi edi omo ho ye ka say there omo nyina omo akofie akoka omo ebusua ho. And to our very last story, the Ministry of Youth and Sports has launched an investigation into the disappearance of a group of alleged Ghanaian para athletes who failed to participate in the marathon in Norway. The incident came to light after the group expected to present Ghana at Norway Oslo in April absconded. Tragically, one of the athletes passed away while another was apprehended by Norwegian authorities while attempting to move to Sweden. The Ministry of Sports has vehemently condemned the incident and denied any relationship with the alleged group, including the president of the National Paralympic Committee of Ghana, Samson Dean. During a press briefing on Wednesday, the sports minister, 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, announced that an investigation has commenced into the matter, warning of severe disciplinary actions against those found responsible. 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 added that he could not take the responsibility for the scandal and instead blamed the Norwegian authorities for failing to act prudently. And here ka say the para athletes now eba ne se wo so mukọ Oslo Norway na omukọ dwane na omukọ ye mu sporting activities e wo ho no eba ne se Ministry of Youth and Sports se omo ni mu hwe ye ka se so omukọ Norway no omo entumi ankoye ne esesa omo ye we na Norwegian authorities achi say ne omo ye no omo anya ne ye se Ministry of Youth and Sports nso say obehwehwe nsem ni mu say eba ne say omo hu beke mu dia ene obema mrane ni omo edi no senia etie pepepe. Now the significant progress made in SITAG talks with government, says 𝗟𝗏𝗏 president. And so SITAG in Sensemno says the president of principals of colleges of education has disclosed that government had a very fruitful discussion with the leadership of the Colleges of Education Teachers Association. Professor Samuel Atintono told in an interview said that progress was made in the discussion regarding a standoff between the association and government. He added, the details you get to know about soon, not very far away. At this point, I can only say that we have had a very impressive meeting with government. The education minister was in attendance and SITAG president also came. Also in attendance were representatives from the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, 𝗟𝗏𝗏 Ministry of Finance, and the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, that is GTEC. On June 14, teachers in various colleges of education laid down their tools demanding better working conditions and remuneration packages. This action was in response to government's delay in implementing the National Labour Commission's arbitral award orders and negotiated service conditions. Inti na yeka sesia ne se SITAG for a strike on 14th of June this year. No, yeka say government and after into Ministry of Finance and after into principals or more colleges of the various educational facilities across the country. No, omako meeting yeka say ombeti asem de ebia ebeba ni say ombeko back to the classroom na after into musika na omuka ho asem no aban so ede ama omo. Enti emra so say they from the papers. I heard these paper headlines. Rachel, good morning. It's the same. Okay,
Ashefo ene na yawada a etwato ewo July bosome mu afi 2024 ofa yeduso yatunidin from the papers. We are about to look at stories making headlines in Ghanaian newspapers. Today is Thursday and we are starting with the Daily Graphic. They say truth and accuracy every day. On the Abana headline, unnatural canal knowledge unlawful, and sex use of vibrators, others still offenses. Supreme Court and all can't say 3-day insurance fair opens in Accra. Graphic Business and Insurance Association collaborate. Non-professional teachers must upgrade by December. Page 13 of the Daily Graphic newspaper. Into Daily Graphic, Nyawanum ete ebre Ghana form and a pay enunye. Tuaswa Daily Guide. They say they are Ghana's favorite newspaper, and so on their banner headline concerning Atamil's 12th memorial service, NDC and family fight Anyidoho. Government delivers 1,000 homes to security agencies. Bawumia can't debate Mahama. Minority and I want can't say Supreme Court upholds law against unnatural canal knowledge. I know I will page 6 and Nana justifies appointing more judges. And no I will page 3 and wankasa oken kaya ubenya emu ewo afe yedu the Ghanaian Times. So Ghanaian Times newspaper Katafan Edi Kaino concerning the appointment of justices to Court of Appeal. We need more judges nationwide. President to critics as he justifies swearing in 16 new judges. END Municipal Assembly members brawl over presiding member election. And no, page 12. Atamil's Memorial Heritage commemorates 12th anniversary of former President Mills's passing. And also page 11 of the Ghanaian Times newspaper. The new finder 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗏 and yedu so Quarcoo 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗏 tourism rakes in $1.8 billion between January and June 2024. Dr. Amwa calls for patience amid economic improvement. The Balancing Act, intelligence agencies in modern economies. And reforming SNET, a call for transformation in pension management. Afe yeko page 5 and so 150,000 Ghana cedis to 50 million Ghana cedis available to SMEs under new fund. To Wayna, the new finder 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗏 one Eddie Ebre Ghana for the Chronicle. They say they are the spear of the nation on their banner headline concerning NPP MPs on December elections. Mahama must debate 𝗟𝗏𝗍𝗏. Majority caucus says government is not afraid of its track record. 1,000 homes built for security agencies since 2017. Eye kujo ponkroma and ono sudi say abeto abonting. So $60 million 𝗟𝗏𝗍𝗏 phase 2 project ready after 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏 cut sword in 2021 in TUA. And so the Chronicle, the spear of the nation, one of Eddie Ebre Ghana for Anape, the new crusading guide 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗏 and ediso on the Havana headline 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏 fulfills $60 million promise to 𝗟𝗏𝗍𝗏. Stop military and police from land guard duties. Nungwa Stu and Awanum Kaseye pages 3 and 10. Ex-workers fight Gapuha over severance benefits. Nana Kwame Srebo remains legitimate head of Gomwa Ojobi Aguna royal family. NPA sensitizes communities on CRM and safe use of LPG. Now, Afe Krowo NPP chairman rally support for 𝗟𝗏𝗍𝗏 into way. Another new crusading guide newspaper, one Edebre Ghana for Anape. Yet to us 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 ediso the Daily Post newspaper. President Mills prioritized the needs of the nation over personal and political gains. Mahama and Oka saying minority invites 𝗟𝗏𝗍𝗏 to debate mid-year budget in Parliament. NPP in its present state not attractive to me. Professor Frimpong Boateng and I all can say at NPP for to us at the Daily Dispatch say factually reliably factual concerning as per July 2024 info analytics poll. Mahama's support has declined by 9% in Greater Accra and 12% in Central Region. 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 completes $60 million project for 𝗟𝗏𝗍𝗏 in Volta region and page 11. And late President Atta Mills on his vision for a united and peaceful Ghana. And also Ubehuno page 2 of the Daily Dispatch. Now let's do some business stories with the Business Analyst newspaper. Quarcoo 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗏𝗏 recent financial sector cleanup, expensive World Bank assets, safeguarding cedi stability, continue to rebuild international reserves, IMF and I want to say Bank of Ghana. Assembly plants have produced 4,700 vehicles locally. Finance Minister and Oka say SATAG withdraws services over July salary freeze directive and concerning the mid-year budget review. Guta demands stable cedi. And also Behunu page 5 of the Business Analyst newspaper. We end with some entertainment news with a graphic showbiz newspaper. Quarcoo 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗏𝗏, it cost 300,000 Ghana cedis to get into the pants of a woman. A year Kobna Ansa and I all can't say Ghana's top stage kings and queens. And also Ubehu Wiyala Infoni Fefe Edaho that and government has failed creative industry, says Raskuku and Kojo Preko. But Fredima thinks otherwise. Indeed, and no page 3 of the Graphic Showbiz newspaper. And I pay aha and I yedi dubo and kratano ibisi.
All right, Rachel, thank you so much for bringing us from the papers. But we'll take a quick turn, and when we come back, we'll bring you part 2 of the room.
It's been 60 plus 3 years of autonomy, 60 plus 3 years of revival and renewal with formidable growth. It's been 63 years of celebrating the birth of Ghana Methodism. Under the auspices of the Heritage Directorate, we bring you the 63rd Autonomy Week celebration from Sunday, July 21st to Sunday, July 28, 2024. Series of activities have been outlined for the celebration in all societies across the connection. Sunday, the 21st of July 2024 is the launch and opening of exhibition. Monday, 22nd July is a memorial service. Tuesday, 23rd July is a talk on the history of Methodist Church Ghana. Wednesday, the 24th of July is an interclass quiz competition. Thursday, 25th July, Organizational Music Festival. Friday, the 20th of July, Autonomy Prayer Meeting for the Methodist Church Ghana in all societies. Saturday, 27th July, is Society Evangelism Program and tour trip to Diocesan Heritage Site. Sunday, the 28th day of July 2024, is the Autonomy Thanksgiving Service together with a flag raising ceremony at all the diocesan cathedrals. It's the 63rd Autonomy Week celebration. Let's join hands with the Heritage Directorate as we celebrate the commemoration of the day when the Methodist Church Ghana was granted a fully fledged conference status by the British Methodist Church in 1961. It's Autonomy Week celebration. Look out for the 60 plus 3 Autonomy special chocolate to support our heritage site. This advert is powered by Communications and Publications Directorate.
Are you ready? Yes. Are you ready for another experience of educative, fun, culture, and an atmosphere of worship? Then it's another Yasa season. The Youth Development Ministry of the Methodist Church Ghana is inviting all young people in the connection to the 19th Biennial Youth and Student Assembly from the 1st to 4th of August 2024 at the Pentecost Convention Center, PCC, Kaswa. Don't be left out. Come have an amazing experience.
About WTV, so WTV is open information, open education, open transformation, anything good. We know WTV. So if you is soon rather than so, I did you may find not some clinic at the brow. Radia some nurse, say a dear Radia some pejanipa, Radia some mark quanchero, Upa quanchera. It is the word of God. And none of the brow you may be sure, Yatundi, not some clinic. Clinic can say Radia some no, say a dear Radia some near draw. Radia samana ma kwanchere asamna ne na fitiase no rade de bo wiase dia na endi ho rade na samso man baye number so God is still in the creative business odaso de na sam ema dia endi ho ema ne ba okasa pombra na pobaye okasa mpatabra ma mpatabaye enam na sam so a sam no wa wege no emma de ni ho etumi ba saa sam nti na Yesu baye no jalo kasa hu hia so obananti akomifie wase gina hana soma asam no asam no baka kasa me bari yade akwara no ne Yesu ewu nanso Yesu gina bebi owo no soma asam no kasa abofra ne yade pagya no a saa na ebegina TV afidie so ya soma Awurade asam aba wo fie aba wo adwuma ma aba wo krom Awurade ba ma asam ai pagya wo asam no ba ma de atofom ya hwe ase asai asam no ba ye oye na sesio ebegina dan mu ebegina miam ya horo asoma Awurade asam na asam no ba ba sa yade asam no ba ba je wo nkwa asam no ba mu akwankyere upa akwankyere pa the word na sam na waje so clinic asam no ba ye oye asam wo yi ba ye nhira de am sesio ho na yame ya dom a efidi junu bosume yi ya wode bia enumre na wotwe na fa say give me the bebro why you shira bidin any very reverend Dr. Solomon Bruce secretary of synod Suyane Dowses and they say give me the bro the meeting so Awurade shira be ye shira o be ye shira.
All right, and so welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. But I'm smiling because we're having a conversation back though. But that's a story for another day. But I have been joined by my news analyst. He's in the person of Gabriel Tuankra. He's a journalist and a public relations practitioner. Then again, he works at the Methodist Church Ghana, the Health Directorate. I'm right? The conference office. Yes, the conference office. So he works there. So if you see him there, he's not only a journalist, he's not only a PR practitioner, but he works at the Methodist Church Ghana conference office. Good morning and thank you for joining us. Good morning. Good to be here. Yes. Good morning. We come here for Oh, ni mo drumo. To go shiko te shi before me no afia sa no ba ni chu. To ba fete. No ba je no ba bi mi ake manga mokolo. O ba nga mokolo. Nka bo die shi da ma no nga me fi. Okay. O fa nga. Oh, Massimo was Sofonupa, Bahijo Momi. He's coming on I would say he's superannuated by his validatory services this Sunday. Reverend Joseph Bryan answer. It will be held at Mount Zion, Ashalibuchi. Sofonupa, God bless you, and we thank God for your ministry. Also, very Reverend Dr. 𝗦𝗏𝗍𝗲 of the Atomic Energy Hospital, and their wife, Auntie Agatha, wonderful people. Dr. Sego, my boss, Ken Sego, General Director, Social Services, and he's also the late chairman for Northern Accra Diocese. I greet all of them, especially my wife, Mrs. Binta Ankra. I'm done. Today they are having our day. Our day, finally. Yes. Hey, Mesana has summer class. Anyways, thank you so much. But let's start off from the Asundre Park. What happened yesterday? Did you have the chance to watch it on television? Yes. I watched it. I observed the proceedings. Okay. You were there? It's no from afar. Okay. Digitally, yes. Okay. But I was interested, so I keenly followed it, and I might say it's unfortunate. The development was unfortunate. It has taken the shine. Everything is about what happened. That the fight or the misunderstanding part, because this man was a peaceful man. He was a selfless man, and that is what we are celebrating. I remember 12 years ago when he died. That very day. Oh, then I was working at the Tamale Teaching Hospital. I was the PRO there, and calls had come because prior to that, Atamils had come to commission a project. So there was that relationship with the castle. So people started calling me, have you heard the old man is gone? Which old man? So I had to dash to the CEO's office, Dr. Kensego, then, that this is the feed I am picking. Then it was confirmed from Castle that the news. I had gone to the cafeteria to eat. Now I didn't eat the whole day. I dropped the food. And tears. That evening, nothing happened. I was just crying. I was just crying because this was a man who I think we're having lectures when the message came.
It was. I mean, the cloudy day. We couldn't really tell what it was, but the whole day was not.
I think it was either a Tuesday or
it was a Tuesday. Yeah, very Tuesday cloudy. Yeah. Nothing seemed to be happening. So we even had to. I think I did an article more or less like a tribute sort of, and one of the poetic things I used was that stethoscope drop. Needles could not, get into the body again when we heard the news, because he had then developed a relationship with the hospital and was helping the teaching hospital to come up. So it was a sad day, and this is the man that we were celebrating 12 years on. And the unfortunate thing, who does what, who does that, and if you have the families are coming at Anidoho, when this is coming up
Anidoho to the place, yes, who were not family members.
The word they even used was that he rented a family. People who were not close to Atamils to come in. And now my saddest moment was that this is not the first time this is happening.
But the families are legend. So if this is not the first time, why would
it's not the first time they have had an issue with Quarcoo Anidoho regarding how to go about Professor Mills's funeral or anything that has to do with him. Quarcoo Anidoho worked closely with the man. I think loyalty pushes him to do some of these things. 2 years ago, that was when the 10th anniversary. Yeah. Then there had been reports that the tomb had been left and reptiles and weeds had grown all over the Asumdwe Park. It has been said that. So then he, I think with the government, tried to renovate, and then the issues came in. Why did you touch the grave without the family's consent? And then there was even the bust that was erected in the honor of Professor Mills, that his name was not under. Why was Akufo? So there's 2 years ago there was an issue. I was hoping that it could have been resolved. But up till now, we are having that the reason why they went to celebrate the man and family coming in to threaten. So 3 people are involved now. Atamil's family, Quarcoo Anidoho, and then the party, the NDC. What surprises me now is that I could read between the lines that there was an agreement between Anidoho's faction and then, let me say, the official, which is the family and the NDC, because the narrative suggests that they said they agreed that he should come at 7:30.
This man worked closely with Professor Mills.
Yes.
So don't you think he had a reason?
Very close. A reason we don't know, and a reason we cannot hazard any guess. But no matter how you work closely with him, our tradition and our culture, he belongs to a family. And is owned by the family. At the point in time, the family even had to be consulted because the dead body was the family's. Though he's a state asset, though he was a president of the republic, he has become a state property, a state personality. It is family. He hails from a family, so the family has a say. So no matter how close you were with the person, I think the family stands in a better place to tell how anything of his should be managed. But like I was saying, they said, the family are saying that they had agreed that Quarcoo starts his own at 7:30, ends around 9. Then so they also come in.
The next ceremony would begin.
That suggests that there has been a discussion. They have sat today. There's a recognition that he also has something he's doing. He's also organizing a similar thing. The problem was he staying beyond his agreed time, and then they coming in. So then I asked myself, where is it coming from? If you had accepted that he starts before we start, the 10th anniversary too, and previous anniversaries too, he also goes. It has always been a parallel celebration. He does his, I do mine. So what is it really about? Quarcoo Anidoho and the Atamils Foundation and the family and NDC.
So the sister of Atamils described it as ugly and disrespectful.
Yes.
Is she right to have described the situation as that?
Ugly, I wouldn't know where she's coming from, whether the scenes that took place, what happened there, and she was describing as ugly, or the whole incident, or Quarcoo Anidoho trying to, as it were, usurp his powers, claiming to be more family than them, is what she's describing. But for Atamils, the late president's blood relations, you heard the brother, Sami Atamils, the MP for KU.
Commander.
Coming to, these are family, direct, close people. So when they speak like that, it tells me that all is not well. And I am praying that this thing should be resolved, so that in future, when you are remembering the man, you remember him for the values he stood for, what he's noted for. He wouldn't be happy. He wouldn't be a happy man to see his back happening like that. So I think the parties, whether the political party to which he belongs, NDC, or the family and Quarcoo, they should sit down.
Okay.
Yes.
It's been 12 years. What do we still remember about this man?
If I came close to the man,
okay,
yes, very close to him, and you know there were issues about his health, but his cognitive ability, even during that period, 𝗟𝗡𝗡 was a brilliant man, very brainy. If you check his biography, his profile, you realize that he became a lawyer at very tender age. He started lecturing in taxation and all that. Very smart guy, always on point. His press interviews that he had at the castle and things, some of the questions he's asked, spot on. He's able to respond without even having to turn over the shoulder or anything. And maybe people will say that there are no monumental structures to remember 𝗟𝗡𝗡 for. Maybe 𝗟𝗡𝗡 did this or 𝗟𝗡𝗡 did that, this building named after him. But the value, what we imbibe from him, he was a principled person. He was the stickler to time. He has locked some members of parliament to our functions outside functions, the doors, because they reported late. And he was in. You know, when he came in, the political culture of the time demanded that all your opponents jail them, sack those who are managing the toll booths, sack those who are running the toilets. This man said, no, can we do things differently? Can we do things in another way? I won't sack them. So these CEs and of the old government were still at post. So this was a man who really wanted to build the country. He was a man who really wanted to correct what presumably were not right as a people, how we live, our lifestyle as a culture. So I remember, and above all, I love 𝗟𝗡𝗡 because of his faith. His faith in God. He was never ashamed to be a Christian. Never.
Have we really learned from what he did?
Yes, what he did in so many things. So my inspiration comes from his faith in God. Okay. That no matter the part of the social ladder you are on, whether politics or, you should hold on to the faith. That, as we are told in the book, Peter tells us that we should be ready to give a reason for the faith and our hope that we have. I love that about him. I love his principles, and I love the fact that he was a simple man, very modest. You know, it was reported that he had only 2 shoes during his time and his coat. He could have ordered the whole of shoe factory,
all the brands, but
brands,
he didn't.
He's a simple man. God rest his soul. May he continue to rest in the bosom of
May he
Abraham.
continue resting in the bosom of the Lord. It's been 12 years, and we still remember you for most of the things that you have done in this country and for us as Ghanaians. But let's move on. Economists are sounding alarm about Ghana's rising debt stock. We've been able to do away with the DDEP and all that.
Yeah.
But where are we as a country? Are we going upwards, or we are trying to pay our debts? Should we stop borrowing? Should we continue borrowing?
The issue of borrowing now, it's a serious thing. Okay. And financial analysts and economists have done a bit of education, and they've been telling us, trying to crunch the numbers and let us appreciate what we are in. I think just last week, the Bretton Woods Institution, IMF and World Bank, said that in spite of the fact that we've made strides as a people, say we have been able to, because of the IMF program, we have been able to expand certain part of our economy. We are still a debt distressed country as a people. So the debt as it stands now, just as the finance minister was speaking recently, I think we are around $603 billion. Yeah. As of December last year, I think we're not around that. The difference is about $134 billion just over this, between December and now. It means something is not added
for
up.
7 months, something very huge has been added.
Huge added on to our debt. If you do the mathematics, it's telling you that every Ghanaian is owing about 22,000 cedis. As we sit now, every Ghanaian is owing about 22,000. How are we going to pay that amount? And you see, the recommendations are coming. I think we need strategic intervention and policies to tempt it, because anytime we go to IMF as a country, we are in distress, we are in crisis, we are in debt. Ghana has gone to IMF 18 times, and we always go there to borrow. Anytime we go there, we are in debt. Anytime we go there, and we have had debt restructuring, sustainability restructuring. They've issued, the World Bank and IMF issued a sustainability analysis report, and it doesn't look good. What is it that we are not doing? I think our expenditure.
What do we use these monies for? Because if we are borrowing and we are using it for projects, funding projects, programs and all that.
The economists and finance people will tell us that most of the money that we take, we use it to service debt. So you take the money, you are using it to service your debt.
So you owe someone. You take another money to pay that
yes,
person.
to pay the debt.
And then you still owe someone else.
So it is about time we ended that cycle of borrowing.
So if we end that cycle, how do we sustain ourselves as a country? So
the issue is sustainability. The issue is sustainability. Well, there are always policy proposals that are made. Some are saying that just reduce expenditure, cut down expenditure. Some are saying look by reducing the capital investment, your infrastructure and technology and all that those things. You should be cutting down. So look at the long-term plan as a people, because the borrowing, I don't know when we are going to stop borrowing. Because as it stands now, we are not an economy that is robust. We are not doing manufacturing. Production is low. So if you import most of your things, and you look at our debt to GDP ratio, if always your debt to GDP ratio is that high, it has impact on your currency. So the CD will always depreciate. Cement manufacturers and people are saying that if the CD depreciation is halted, they'll be able to produce and the prices will be stable. Fuel tankers and bus and all those people are saying that it is the CD, the depreciation, and it has linkage to the borrowing that we are doing. So I think it is about time we had a national conversation. Civil society, every interested stakeholder, instead of leaving it to economic team, leaving it to political parties.
You mentioned doing our own production and all that. Quite recently, a few days ago, President 𝗟𝗡𝗏 launched some monies have been given to SMEs, that's the small and medium scale enterprises, to boost their production and all that. Are we capable? Would we be able to do that production? Because we talk about the common matchsticks that we use. We talk about the common toothpicks. We talk about the cotton buds and all that. We're not able to produce it here. So if this money is coming and you're saying that we should sustain ourselves, how do we do that?
Yes, it's the issue of sustainability and we producing. I think it's all about leadership. It boils down to leadership. Because before some of us were born, the literature we have read, they had the jute factory, they had the boot factory. Nkrumah had so many factories. Then somebody will argue that maybe the population was not that huge. Now, agreed. The growth rate makes it very difficult because the government will have to spend on development to meet the needs of all this growing population or the people as it expands, of course. But we should have policies and strategy where we should be able to produce. What do we produce now? What do we produce? If we can pinpoint, we can say that
we have
this
a juice
one.
Factory.
Which one?
A juice.
The Ekonfi one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we produce juice.
We produce juice.
Yes.
How many of our people drink juice? It's juice. We should be producing things that can sustain the life. And I always wonder what happens to that particular sector of the economy. What is it that is not making a? But you see, I always come back to say that Ghanaians ourselves. How many of us patronize our made in Ghana goods, locally produced this thing? So if they are producing,
I buy local rice.
You buy local rice. How many people buy local rice? We want the Taiwan and Taichung ones that come. Vietnam. So if we resolve as a people by policy to buy our own produced goods, I'm sure that the manufacturers will be and the equipment and all that, and they always complain about duty and taxes when you are bringing in this thing. So it comes down to policies that we put in place to make sure that production environment is safe for people who want to invest their monies there. And then most of the things we import, I wish we could produce them here. Most of the things we did well with the Friday wear thing. When everybody now wear made in Ghana, we wear Friday. Fridays, it could have been sustained. Now it has become part of our culture. Now you wear Friday. It was a good initiative. Can we look at other? So the textiles industry, we can say benefited from that one. Can we look at other sectors, other aspects where we would patronize what we produce? I'm sure, and we import even labor. People come and we pay back the dollars and they go and give the monies back into their country. So we are not able to keep our monies here. I think we should have a national conversation on borrowing.
So in Parliament, the finance minister said things are looking better. because one, the growth continues to exceed expectations. That is 4.7% growth rate exceeded the revised target of 3.1%. Then there's the inflation declining. There's also the exchange rate largely stabilized, the strong reserves. And then we come back to the IMF. It says successfully concluded the second review of the extended credit facility with the International Monetary Fund. Then again, they triggered the disbursement of the third tranche of about $360 million. Are things looking positive?
Yeah, Nigerian man will say that you have just read grammar. You have mentioned the macroeconomics and the indicators and all that. But the economy is in the pocket of the ordinary Ghanaian on the streets there.
So are we experiencing it?
Who that one day the trotro people threaten that they are going to increase transport fare? Yeah. We are all afraid that we can't do anything. We should feel it. I think that if we are able to manage our indicators properly, rightly so. He's mentioned they manage those things. So on the books, they are telling us we are doing well. The statistics are doing very well. How does it then translate to the ordinary man's pocket in the life when you go to buy tomatoes? The women were arguing, and now you people you use watermelon to do jollof and stew.
So now the price of tomatoes have dropped. So it's quite better than it used to be.
But
It's
still not what you were expecting.
Yes,
it's still not what you were expecting. Yeah. So we should feel it. If the indicators are showing that we are doing very well, we should do well to let it translate into our day-to-day economic exchanges, so that we know when you are buying things that the city has a value with data you can buy now fuel and all those things. So I appreciate very much the statistics on the books. I appreciate they are doing the interpretation and the translation. Our creditors are okay. There are days we are doing well, we are doing that one. But with the ordinary people, I always cry for the ordinary person.
It is said that the city is stabilized, but you look at the prices of goods, it's still on the rise. How can we bring it down? Because if you are telling me that the city is okay and we are able to buy what we are supposed to buy because the city has been stabilized, the dollar is also not running like the way it's supposed to come as compared to the city.
Some time ago, yes.
So how then do we enjoy the same benefit that the finance minister is talking about?
You see, I am the type that I always give the managers or the leaders the benefit of the doubt. Because on easy lies the head that wears the crown. Whilst we are sleeping, they are crunching numbers. They are saying what should be done and all that. And that is the job they are doing. So when they speak, sometimes I'm not in a hurry to, poo-poo it or pour water on what they are saying. So, yes, comparatively, the city has been stable for some time. But it's the sustainability that is the most important. So whatever they are doing well, is it the dollarization? Is it whatever they are doing well that is making it stable? Would always wish that it is stable. Would always wish that the value is okay, that it will not affect the ordinary man. I am happy that the Minister of Finance is saying that this year's election, they are trying, we don't overspend. It's a narrative that we always hear.
But the same finance minister is saying that they are not asking for more money. They are going to work with what they have.
They always say that. So it's an election year. Let's hope, like I always say, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. They are leading at the moment, so they are not taking any more money. We are going to make do with what we have. Let's see how it goes. We can only hope and pray.
Okay. Now, moving on, Professor Frimpong Boateng is saying that Ghana needs a comprehensive plan for us as a nation in terms of health. I mean, every aspect.
Yeah.
But we have because sometimes there are initiatives, there are agendas, and then we add a year to it that we want to meet that particular target. You take a look at one of the initiatives or the programs that we are all adhering to. We are trying to adhere to is the Sustainable Development Goal. We have 6 years to go before 2030. Do we have a plan?
Yeah, so even the SDGs they are more of a global concept but we also have the National Development Planning Commission. And the mandate of this NDPC is to guide in developing a policy that is able to help in our social, economic, and then political and all governance and all aspect of it. We ask ourselves, do we have a long term? There have been times where they've mentioned vision 2020, vision 2030, and I know currently what we are working by on paper. I'm saying on paper because how many? Yes, 2018 to 2057. That is what we are supposed to be working with. But you ask yourself, how applicable? How many Ghanaians even know that this is So you ask yourself, what has the civic education people done to make sure that we appreciate that this is the agenda, this is the direction we are going. We are all hoping that in the next 10 years, when we talk about health, the policy is that we are going to have access, we are going to have quality care,
easy access to,
we have healthcare, and then affordable healthcare. If we look at the environment, we are going to have disaster management strategies that when there is flood, when there is opening of Bagre Dam, or when there's the people will not be
in the Wager Dam itself.
So we should have a plan that this is the direction we are going. Now, as it stands now, I can confidently say we have it on the books, because the political parties also come with their manifestos. How they align their manifestos with the national agenda is also another issue.
I was coming to that because earlier last week we read a story here that says that so the MPP was asserting that if we had a national plan and from NDPC and then we are supposed to adhere to that plan, then again if the political parties bring out their manifesto, we wouldn't have gotten the free SHS, because then we would have to follow a particular national plan, and so the implementation of the free SHS wouldn't have come to pass. Yeah,
the plan is there. Okay. It's a guide.
Okay.
It's a guide. The plan must be there. Even as a church, we have a strategic plan that we are following with spiritual ministries, social welfare. It is a guide. So whatever will feed into it to make sure that you achieve the overarching goal, why not? So if free SHS is an intervention, that when you put in the educational development goals that we are supposed to achieve, it will help us get to a particular place. Why not? So the political parties, every now and then there should be new ideas. I don't think it's going to tack us in so much that we can't come out to say that, but this is the focus, this is the direction. Health, environment, social, governance, economics. In the next 10 years, in the next 5 years, anybody who comes, this is the way we are going to go. Bring your blueprint, your plan, your manifesto. How does it tailor? How does it align? I think the word is alignment. But you ask how many of us know about this 2057?
So are you saying that? Are you saying that all manifestos should align with the national plan?
It should.
Do we have a national plan?
It should. And that is what we are saying, 2018 to 2057. But the question you're asking me buttresses the point that Ghanaians are not even aware there is any document like that, there is any strategy like that we are going to. The politicians do. They know. They know. And most of their manifesto promises or programs and ideas are informed by the principle of state policy that we have in our constitution. So whatever you say, the constitution is always supreme. So they are guided because the constitution says what should be done. Principle of state policy. Whatever policy you are doing, there's a benchmark in our constitution. Okay. And that is what the NDPC has couched and given us a strategy to follow. So the NDPC has become more or less, it's just there. It comes with a plan, but those who have to implement it do not implement it, and that is a sad part as a country.
So quite recently, I was listening to some conversations, and the conversation boiled down to the fact that the the NDPC, because they are a commission, probably if they are an authority. They would have exercised their power to a certain limit. Do you agree to that?
Yeah, so this status of a commission authority, of course, when you are an authority, you are given certain powers that make you take certain decisions that it will, if it is the way to go, why not? How long are we going to sit to make sure that the structure, the intervention, NDPC that we have put in place is functioning to its utmost? At the end of the day, the ordinary Ghanaian should be the beneficiary. So be it commission, be it authority, the technocrats there, what are we doing? They always come up with it. Then the politicians must run with it. I always don't hesitate in blaming the politician, because we the people give them the power. And the sovereign will of the state lies with the people. So if the person says that if you are coming into government, I tell you, this is the NDPC plan, this is where we are going. How do you align with it? If we are all voting on policy lines, we are voting on developmental agenda lines, I'm sure we'll call some of the implementers to order, and Ghana will move forward.
What key issues would you like as a country to build a plan on?
Job creation. The economy runs everything. The economy runs everything.
But the finance minister says that a lot of people have been employed through the 1D, 1F. A lot of interventions have been done. So why are we still talking about job creation?
Oh, you had, is it the NAPCO program was one of the youth enterprise agency. They were all, I acknowledge that all these were interventions by government to help curb the unemployment ratio that we have. Recently, we had a discussion last night when they said about 1.2 million Ghanaians are not trained,
they are not in any education.
Yes, we looked at it and the figures are staggering because this is a bracket of people between the ages of 15 and 35.
Yeah.
This is the youthful population. This is where the productive energy of the country erupts from. The young people.
So let me read what the finance minister said. It says that 321 factories across 142 districts nationwide supported under the One District, One Factory created jobs for about 170,000 Guineans.
What is our population? Our population about 33 million. You
provide jobs 33 million in counting because every other day there are new beds.
You provide jobs for 100 and something thousand. That is a drop in the ocean.
But some of us have jobs already.
So this
is an addition.
Statistical services people were telling us that some people, you can say they are just working to get livelihood. You don't call them employable. Some are not in employment. Some are just working to this thing. And why should we have unemployed graduates and all that? So issue of employment, especially for the young people, the Gen Z that are coming, because it's a national security issue if job is not created. So I think the economy comes and then governance. Governance is very key. How we should have the structures where we believe in our judiciary, we believe in our executive, we believe in our legislature, when there are crises, there are structures that should be able. So these, when we plan them and we cost them, we should be able to generate the lesson to look at them.
Thank you so much. But tomorrow on the States with you, definitely we are going to talk extensively on the comprehensive planning of whatever that we have to plan in this country, what the focus should be like. And so if you want more of this, please join us tomorrow on the State. Tomorrow is Friday, and so join us for the last bit of that for the week. But Justice for All program, 12 inmates have benefited from it, and currently as we speak they are out. Others weren't able to go through it, but those who were able to are finally reunited with their families. Is this good news for us? Should we extend it? I'm saying this because let's look at the number of people in our prisons and the pressure it is mounting on the infrastructure facilities in our various prisons.
Yes, our prison capacity, I think we have exceeded
yeah.
Yes, we have exceeded our prison capacity.
Not only in Accra.
No, I mean nationwide. Yes, I love the Justice for All program when it was introduced, and I still love it.
What is your reason?
Because now if you have been close to somebody who has not had a fair trial, who has been on remand for years, when you know that if this trial had begun, the person could have been discharged or not, the person
would have served his or her term, would have been out.
The person could have been discharged for lack of prosecution, for whatever the issue would be. So if you've been close to somebody, you really feel the heat and the pinch if the justice system is not running. Since it was introduced, I think every now and then some people have been given their respites that they have come out, and I think it is a good thing because the Justice for All program sought, among all other things, to decongest our prisons, to make sure that the human rights are upheld, or we uphold human rights. It was also to make sure that we make use of alternate dispute resolutions so that we don't congest our prisons. That has been the, so somebody has been in prison for 10 years now. 10 years. Out of this 10 years, he has made just about 4 appearances in court.
Some people have it,
and they are on remand, and the state is spending on them, and so
they're feeding them, you are giving them electricity, utility and everything.
You know, even what pains me is the laws of the state or the constitution grants that they are entitled to their individual liberties. So why do we delay the pre-trial? Why do we keep them without trying them to ascertain the otherwise of the case that have been charged? Of course, some of them who've been released, we are saying for some of the charges or their cases were murder and uncanny knowledge, but that notwithstanding, until proven guilty. So why don't we let the trial process? So it's not been fair. People have been in prison and they have never appeared in the courts to know their fate. So it is a very laudable initiative that should be kept on, and I'm hoping that we decongest our prisons. You know, they are also pushing a bill, the community service bill. It is all in an attempt to decongest the prisons, so that we make sure that we have the pre-trial very well.
Is Justice 𝗟𝗏𝗘 right to have said that there are a lot of backlogs, and so they need more judges to be able to try some of the cases, so that this backlog and then the issue of congestions in the prisons will be a thing of the past? She's advocating for more judges.
No, so she has even passed the advocacy level. Now the president just swore 16 new judges, and the president's position or stance is that there are backlog of cases, and I rightly so. The Chief Justice has been given that mandate at this time to make sure that we have a judicial system that is robust, that is smooth, and they are saying they know the cases, they know a judge
so we had 15
per issue.
Currently we have 16, so that brings us to 31.
So it brings back the issue of capping. How many judges that? But they are saying that.
So how many cases should we expect them to try in a month?
I don't have the statistics. That the backlog. I don't have the statistics of judges that we have. It is now that we are even trying to digitalize our court proceedings and
paperless system and all that.
Initially, the judge will have to sit after every case, the clerks and write and the registrars and write all of those things. There are cases. Crimes are being committed every now and then. So I think if getting more judges will help us remove the clog of cases that we have. Why not?
All right, Ni, thank you so much. But this morning we've been talking about the disagreements that happened at the 𝗟𝗏𝗘 when Professor Mills was remembered. I mean, it was 12 years since his passing, and yesterday some wreath laying was done at the 𝗟𝗏𝗘. Then again, some economists around in Ghana are also sounding alarm over Ghana's rising debt stock. They are saying that is it that we cap our borrowing or we stop borrowing at all? Then Professor Frimpong Boateng is also lamenting about the lack of a comprehensive plan for us as Ghanaians on all fronts, on all aspects. They're talking about education, health, I mean, name it. So whatever it is, they're asking for a plan that Ghana should follow, and that plan. And then the Justice for All program, 12 inmates in the Nsawam prisons have benefited from the Justice for All program. And so these are some of the topics we've been discussing here. You can also call in 0256253461 or 053-8350625. Please lower the volume of your television set when you call us. Thank you. We are expecting our very first caller. And so, I mean, I mean, taking people off the prisons and all that. We've advocated for a Justice for All program is there. Now there are a lot of judges. Now we are also looking at getting some courts situated at places where it will be convenient for them to try the cases. Then again, there's the shift system in the courts. The same Justice 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗘 has said that the court will run a shift system. So there's a morning session and then there's the evening session. Will all these help us?
Certainly. So if these are all initiatives to make sure that we have a justice system running smoothly, where there are no backlog of cases, where people's liberties are not trampled upon. So the shift system was an initiative that we thought that was going to help resolve it. Now they've looked at it and they see that manpower is the issue. We need more judges. Do we have them? Do we have competent judges to take over the cases? If we do, why not? So I think the judicial system is always the place we run to when there are issues. So that place must be robust. We have to have the competencies to make sure that we adjudicate our cases and dispatch them, so that we don't have people suffering undeservedly. We don't have people suffering for crimes that, some they didn't commit. Crimes those who committed are just so I am positive about it, and I'm hoping that as time goes on, the Chief Justice introduces other strategies, we're able to decongest our prisons and make sure that our liberties are upheld as a people.
All right, let's take a look at reintegrating these families, these members who are in the prisons back into the society, because you realize that the moment you get into prison and you come out, everybody shuns you, nobody wants to have any association with you and all that. What would you say to this?
So I would say it's a cultural thing, or it's
not a Ghanaian thing.
So that's what I mean by cultural thing. It's a Ghanaian thing. It's a to a larger extent, I would say it's a human thing. It's a human thing, because if I knew this, if you are described as an ex-convict, nobody wants to associate with you. Even your family members, when you are coming, they will run away from you. So there's a need for us to do have an education on the fact that these people, we are believing that the system is able to transform them whilst they are in prison. While they are in prison, some of them are learning. Yeah, some come out, they are lawyers, even whilst in prison learning. Some are pastors.
Some school of thought have also indicated that they are taken out to work. And they are paid some, especially when you are left with probably some few years to complete your sentence. You are taken out to do some menial jobs, and then the monies that you get, I think half is given to government or something, and then the other half is given to you, so that in case you come out, you can use that money to do something.
Exactly. So they are contributing even to the national basket, the production basket. So when such a person comes out, some come and they are coaches and they form football clubs and they are training other young people. It's supposed to be a correctional facility. It's supposed to be a reforming facility, so that when you go there, when you come out, you'll be able to integrate properly. As for people shining away from you, if you were violent, if you were snatching people's phones, if you were doing, and you come, the natural reflex action is that when I see you, I'll move away. When I see you, I'll run away. But that when they are properly reformed, then they come and realize that this person has changed. He's been reformed and he can fit into society. Why not? Why not? So we should look at the integration program. How do we integrate them? How do we get people to accept them?
All right. Abeku, good morning. Hello, Abeku.
Hello?
Yeah, hello, Abeku, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Neo2, thank you very much for your analysis.
Thank you.
I want to talk about Quarcoo. In fact, I said, since I was here too much. He is crying more than the grave. And he about the job. You should calm down. You should calm down. That's the brother. I'm not about him. You should calm down and allow the family. At least people know that you love the man. You think that things didn't go well. But sometimes you put things behind us and move on in life. So at least at this point, 12 years down the line, you should put it behind you and move on. That's what I think in passing.
Okay, Abeku, that's it. Also, between me, Fred 0256253461, and I think it's 053-835-0625. Me patrol from our TV volume no embra form. Now let's take a look at this. Maybe because usually what even pushes people into prisons, into being a deviant, into being deviant persons in society?
Now you see, I'm laughing. The question is not everybody who is in prison who is a deviant. Some are on the wrong side of the law. Some through no fault of theirs.
Some people were at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Exactly. So it's not everybody who is in prison who is a deviant. Some just one of these pre-trial thing that doesn't start or that doesn't go well is made the person to be kept in prison. Some, you rightly said, being at the wrong place at the wrong time. So, but it is always the law. And the law was given so that you have order in society. If there was no law, if there was no order to say that when you commit this crime, you are supposed to serve this term. And let's not forget that framers of the law, so not almost doing a home power, because crimes then they go to prison. There are some that are misdemeanors. I know you pay a fine, you are given caution, and you go. So for you to go to prison, chase a crime or no? And the law made a place for almost crimes. And I always say that no matter how the circumstance pushes you, say deboning and I bibi. Only you are fighter, the laws are that nipa. You had a choice whether to control your temper. So ignorance of the law is no excuse, like we say. And then you see, so we should be walking circumspect that whatever action we are taking, there is a law. And when the law catches you on the wrong side, me ayen ya no maka for no mo kan be say mrane ne obedi nyu and nobody no. So some by lack of proper decision making, our poor judgment and decisions in our relations and in the things we do. Some have been pushed, some are on the street, circumstances, but it doesn't mean you should be. When you commit a crime, the law takes care of it, and the state makes sure that you are, and that is the state even I think is even more still concerned about the people, because when you go there, you are expected to reform. That is why there are measures there for you to come and be a better person to serve society. So almost crime, felonies, high treason and those things, murder and all those things. If they get there and they sometimes presidents gives amnesty. Why there are certain categories of who say Chaki, you are becoming a better person. You'll be integrated into society. So any decision we take, we should always remember that there is a law, and when the law catches you, it will deal with you. If you jump traffic light, red means stop, and they catch you, police catch you, then you complain. There's a law. So we need to make sure that let me talk about driving, because sometimes your roadworthy has expired, your driver's license has expired. Now they call you, go and knock down an innocent person. So these are some of the things that as a people we should be conscious of in our decisions and the actions we take. And I'm sure that our judicial system will take care of us.
Okay, inti afepo na pawe na ye kasafa disagreements be a course was in Pakenra abra Professor Mills nya 12 years our mudi flowers Quarcoo to ne tum ne ho na afen so ye ka say economists be say anke be ya Ghana sene ya bobusia se bebe ye do ne de MY nti be ya e bia na ye njai say Quarcoo jisika o aman foforo ho kra na ya ye ntumi enye ye ni ama na ye ntumi nya ya ye sika afen so Professor Frimpong Boateng say ke be ya Ghana ye nya plan bia ye na e be fa so education e be nya plan, health e be nya plan, infrastructure e be nya plan, politics e be nya plan. Into every aspect of our lives no ye nya plan be enfan to nchen se ne be ya ye ko education so ye hu say oh ye dey see enim say by 2030 by 2035 ye bit be nya schools ama communities bia be go school free and also bia be to your fees ye nya plan enfan to ho afen so justice for all program no nko for back 12 say ye ka say dey omo akwakoka omo busianfo ho na say justice for all program no aso omo so say ye ka say dey omo ni in some prisons bio so our phone lines are open 0256253461. Eddie, good morning. Eddie, good morning. Over the Hanio TV volume abashifio. Eddie, you find the Hanio TV volume abashifio. Okay. Over the schools and you there. Schools and you. Okay. Eddie, you are done. Fireman, good morning. Hello, fireman.
I can't see you.
Yeah, this show, fireman.
I don't have to eat today.
Yami Adam.
You going out with a mini to find you. Why are they? I didn't make a step to find you. Why are they? Only at the most, and until you. And I thought soon or pretty to find you. In the same way, no, I know I can more than the Amano. Nothing else say that I see. I deal with your 40 years to find the woman. I let you make a cake. We shall. Although Yami and no matter what sugar they declare to find you. na nge mo guno wa ko no kaima adenti le busuafo eto ma no esi ko kwa no so to me no be sha yam for this sotie no mo dia ta ko no mo so mo di ko na mo de kwa sabi e ge ti dia and I just saw the guy, the president, the former president, at the most in the or the president there, or the father for all. After that, I'm no, did you clear or so that put to what we food in one, come to make you on. After much, as soon as Yammy shout, no, get here, I'm from here, one Britain, Yanisha, moving a meal.
Your fireman, Yedasi. Auntie Age, good morning, no for free tashi.
Good morning, Anna. Now, what to say?
Nyami Adomo, Mama.
Aha, it's for free tashi. Aku boy, Methodist Memorial Chapel.
Oh, okay.
Oh, aha, left out first, left out tashi love.
Okay.
In Yamiasi. Bra of you penny at Hammers at the end. Prefer I say, I don't find the crazy.
Amen.
No, person. Na party ni abusiani nyina enya sundue ma papa de kra energy na fi de to su mi no kwesi ada ebe ye evangelist papa penyi ba ye friend of penyi obaji wasu admetted asori ya nti evangelist no ko na ho mi ji kwesi ani be jam kwanti ye friend say penyi furu nyina meta na ti ye nya papa no kwa se ti se wa ye adwuma abateshi society no wa ye adwuma pa na ma santi na media se bi to many for education because so born one circuit sense of man no one person what Methodist school e wo krom ho no me ti o hu si bi wo wa ma me no ta se ko primary school ba ko pe e le wo any man so doso e yo Roman school ti se ti mi ti primary di ma Methodist e kura ni nyina ayira se ba ni kwa so
Auntie Agi Edase pa e wo so betumi afre 0256253461 and I think 0538350625 let's take a look at the SITA story. Striking starting 14th of June. Yeka say striking Gusua Ekoso. But yesterday they had a meeting with the Ministry of Finance, the principals for the various colleges of education, and I think so. Say they are going to see to it that any service conditions now some a year and a half ago. No, it decides can be mom. Is it good news for them? Should they go back to the classroom? Pending this.
Anything that brings up.
Okay, fine. How are you, Shama? Good morning, Titi. Ofrefi Ashaiman.
Good morning.
Good morning, Titi. Hello. Good morning. Okay. Obokuwari, good morning. No for free Konongo Kumasi.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning.
The American Ghana. This airport na make about it.
Okay.
So my year die VAT total. Now 4 years you change it, you know. Any sika yes send the basabata ya. They send the begu swap with say parliamentary back. 4 years near to VAT 12 billion at the amount. Yes, for 4 years. Yes, that's it. Now man we as a 24 as a which is America for. The America for crown only good that. Maybe go India. Who change India for parliamentary forecast on this one. The abuse be 20 years, 15 years, and when I use. On my way, the moon is 4 years, be a better view, Makumako 200 and something. Are they? On my know it's again. I can see and tell them 7 minutes of my telephone on Kiana. Anna, the best apartments, I know. Cocoido. Then this is what you're comparing the bay. It was a papa Casano. New work at Sankasan, and that's it, Sankasama. And then they be a confusing. And the end this year, after a bomb upon
we can't encourage such comments here. We can't substantiate where your comment is coming from. But thank you so much. SITAC for striking.
Yes, any labor agitations, if the powers that be, authorities try to sit down and negotiate. It is always the way to go. I think the latest development is their July salaries that they usually has been frozen. Only
I think their strike is one of the I would say the longest one, because Yakasa salaries Yakasa they've gotten a court injunction. Still, they've decided not to go back to the classroom.
And I don't want to say that. Let's see how this their salaries that have been frozen will bite. But whatever it is, they should let reason prevail in the negotiation, so that if they are saying that you can't be negotiating whilst you are on strike, why don't you get back to the classroom? Because the end goal is that you have your conditions of service improved, is that you get what you want. Now, if your employer is saying, come and let's sit and let's talk, I want you to go back.
But they're also saying that the first instance is that they had the meeting. They agreed on what the service condition should be like.
Yes.
It's been 1.5 years.
Yes.
So why go back to the same table?
If you don't go to the table, where else will you go? If you don't go to the table, where else will you go? You see, it's going to have a bite at them, because if your salary is frozen 1 month, maybe you can survive. 2 months, you can survive. 3 months. Then why don't you seize the moment? Carpe diem. Seize the moment. Negotiate. Believe in the system. That is what I've always. Maybe the system has not proven to them that they can trust the system. But I believe that the window of negotiation is a good sign. Why don't you negotiate? Let something come out. Then Ghanaians will even support you. That but now if those who are supposed to be training our teachers and who train and the students who are now on vacation, they will do summer classes and all that. So we need our teachers. So on behalf of the students too, I will say the teachers, we are begging, government, you too, we are begging you, listen to the teachers, meet them halfway, and let's have this issue resolved.
All right, thank you so much. And so thank you to all our viewers as well. But this is where we end. We've been talking to 𝗟𝗡𝗍𝗘, who is a journalist and a public relations practitioner. He is also with the health directorate of the Methodist Church Ghana, and you heard him speak to us on all the issues and then the stories we read here. He's giving his comments, he's giving some advice to government as well, and we hope that this will work out for all of us. Thank you so much for joining us on Diru, but I would also urge you to join us for the rest of the programs. We'll take a quick break. We'll return with 𝗟𝗡𝗍𝗘 and Insurance Minute.
I God Provide Carpet Center. Baby, oba ubenya carpet papa. Carpet bia ope. So oba God Provide Carpet Center. Na we nya na kire se gise ye sheda eye bima. Carpet ayewo e dawson na we ye samples ayewo. Enam se obia won color. Nti uba ye samples eni color bia wa ha bia ye obi. Ye won in quantity, so dudu bia upi bia so ye benyama. Your wholesale price, your retail outlet pin so Accra. You will be a Danstoman police station opposite. You will be a mile 7. You will be on your Yameche. You will be so a Shineman. You will pay bia ubenya. Your carpet non so emuye druye and your papa. Your professional layers for her. Professional layers, sir. Water carpet in area. One by a fair farmer. God will provide carpet center. Oba, be beer, be waha. Your mattress, student mattress, any domestic. Yeah, it be waha. Your number 4, Graphic Road, Accra, Toku House, former Oka Deco.
Don't come here, Ghana for Methodist Asafoma. WTV Enyamfienu 5 years. Hooray! Na enam emfienu mafidida. WTV ADNT. Or yet don't come promo. And say, so we are Methodist Asafoma. Now our business. And Ejuma Kubi a opesa obohu deura. WTV say, ye ba betwa Ejuma Kuno and also a Jaton Diano. Ya bohu deuro na watchu mienu 2 weeks at the amount 500 Ghana cedis per. And I bet ya. We a kwanya WTV efa so at the other was say, what turn the chi? Am I doing pempenswa and never dream? Yanunti, Methodist Asafuma, Muaku, Amopesa Mubo Deuru, Muntutumrika, Namumra, Fred WTV, Nani Penfoning Como, Emfa Don't Come Promo 0593 110733 and our WhatsApp 0256 253461. WTV, reaching out to the world.
This is the new Wesley Towers. It is a state-of-the-art office space located in the Ambassadorial Enclave, Accra. The property comes with a main entrance foyer with a classic central chandelier lighting. Our 13-passenger elevator with an air diffuser and a display screen for all your outfits will surely take you to the auditorium. At the Wesley Towers is a 500-seater auditorium for all your events. It's fully soundproof with a centralized air conditioning system. Our line of speakers, MCR, LED screens, and LED stage lights are fully in place. After an eventful day in our auditorium, you are sure to feel refreshed in the spacious 200-seater capacity roof terrace with a pergola in place. With 100 available car parking space, this new edifice is safe and secured with our security systems in place. Over 100 camera points and car parking control system. We have washrooms, restaurant, and an on-site clinic. Book our conference rooms for your corporate meetings whilst admiring the water fountain synchronizing with colorful lighting and music. Wesley Towers is designed to make you feel safe, offering you the needed luxurious space. It comes with affordable pricing package. Please contact for details and inspection. 0503 109 978 or 0500 166 304 or 0556 302 880 0243 614 423. Wesley Towers, offering you a safe, secured, luxurious space.
Welcome to the Apomoding segment on 𝗟𝗜𝗍 Nashing Hair. You are sure to discover holistic health solutions to your problems. And today, my name is 𝗟𝗑𝗍𝗘. This is the health segment, and it's brought to you by 𝗡𝑇𝑒𝑠 Institute. 𝗡𝑇𝑒𝑠 Institute, a therapy center for all your negative addictions. And you should share one 𝗟𝗑𝗍𝗘 Institute. Ubehu kumase kuchi. And I pay on Apomoding yankomo chicheno ejna family planning. So family planning, artificial family planning methods, and na yesha sienti ende ye twaso the part 2 of artificial family planning methods. Inti ye senior midwife Frederica Crunch. Why crowd we see no inti yen kona inkusiade.
Pacho way and your friend no IUCD. IUCD no ye intrauterine contraceptive device. Intrauterine nature say edda awudi enimu. Uterus no ene ye defining as uterine. Inter eshe awudi enimu. Into intrauterine contraceptive device because ye contraception. Into we no ye de to awudi enim. Ye de to ma we enye ya nishe enye ya enye hu enye gidigidi. Ye de fa wase e de to awudi enim. The insertion no is uncomfortable because of course yedi bibi eko wase there you will feel uncomfortable, but it is not painful at all. The whole procedure takes less than 10 minutes. Within like 5 to 7 minutes we are done with the procedure and you are off the bed, and it's not painful at all. I'm hoping that people who have had it before can come and share their experience and let us know whether it was painful or not. But it is not painful. And it can be used for 10 to 12 years. But even the 10 to 12 years, no cry. Anytime be out so why ready so bit me be out open so we bit me. Me the can make can say pills no hydro home, say pills de hydro, injections so hydro, implants so hydro, but we de hydro be anim. We no a plastic, any de copper. To say near dear cooper my dear she and their show. Intin away to mission hot 12 years because a cooper de hydro be anim, and cooper so into me rusty. Intia enko share ho na enko rusty na enko more problem be obi say bia o sha obenya cancer bibia sane ho. Inti eno na ye shema wa 10 to 12 years na e show problem be any ho anytime be ready so pese owo banichi ana say why ready so pese wo start obetimi aba be so pese obewu biom kra eno so dey 12 years eyema e be sha ho say 12 years na so no do menopause ye be ni a chef frama. Last one a mebo so no condoms ye na ya te ho asem da. Your male condom and your female condom. Female condom no. Osha package na. Package ni efe, but it looks big. But female condom na mine is such that it should be easy for Obano to do it herself. And that male condom ni. Condom no. Apart from say a boy home buying free ni say hono. Ne added advantage no say a boy home buying free nemu yare ho. It is a ban say ebia unware. And our sex, we don't encourage that. But if you happen to be doing that, make sure say obey use condom, so that even though born home buying free ni say hono, over some born home buying free nemo area so ho.
Enti a young senior midwife at our 𝗟𝗡𝗏 Teaching Hospital, a year Frederick Crunchy and at your 10 and can only attraction como a father artificial methods of family planning and rano or can say or more implant injection and a pill say and no when engine one near ene or bubo so you can go in for these ones na ni nano or boying kokose. With all the family planning methods, it is only the condom that can prevent STDs. And you know, yenshe nenso. Aha, and I day apom day and komoche channel ABC. Nyame adoma ochna yebetwa and komoche channel. So, entino within the Rachel Mercy Ahen apom day was brought to you by 𝗡𝗏𝗏 Institute, a therapy center for all your addiction problems. It's any negative form of addiction, bia pakoda 𝗡𝗏𝗏 Institute for Kumasi Kochi. Within the Rachel Mercy Ahen, Miss Sorry Sway, Miss Nice up next with Insurance Minutes.
𝗡𝗏𝗏 Institute ayaresabia ahotonia sumdua hye edi eno wakwankyere ne adekodia poten no a epia ma otokoso wa abrabo mu nanso sensanom ne nubone fa basa betwa wa akwan mu a eyi wa adwene firi obotaye no so wo 𝗡𝗏𝗏 Institute no yebetumi aboa wo ne wabusuafo a muhia mo anyina ma wogye ayemodea ye ayaresabia asebi yebeboa wona a wato nsane nubone fa ntentan mu ayaresabia ibotaye ne se ebeboa adwuma mu nimdifo asuafo ni nipa ahodo anyina ama watu anamwa edikan a edifa ahodie bebre won mpanimfo a ye ne won di dwuma no bi ne wona a wo hwe adwene mu yare afutufo ni adokotafo ni anesefo a wode won ho afiri nsanom ne nubone fa nsem yatete saa nimdifo yi na wo nimdia ne nneoma pa ebo ayarefo no na de atwam nso ne se ayaresan hyehyeye ni gina abefo nhyehyemu ni USA nhyehyeye a wode di dwuma no 𝗡𝗏𝗏 ayarehwe ne fie die nyina ayepe yayaresan hyehyeye no gu ahodo na ebi ne medical monitored detox program, residential rehabilitation. Yesan tumi fa ye nananom akwa ahodo so sayare na ebi nso ne group therapy, 12-step AAA programs, recreational therapy, ne nia ekeka ho. Oyarefo ne da akyehye ase bra ode ne nan besi biaye ho no a. 𝗡𝗏𝗏 Institute ya belfo ayaresabia ehwe wona a wado suko won sane nubone famu. Na ani wiase afa na nhyehyeye nyina nso yepe. Adampa ahodo a ye wonu bi ne VIP rooms, professional rooms, standard rooms, and air conditioned rooms. Laundry services ye free. Ahobambon nsɛm nso wɔ soro kama. Yɛsan wɔ biaya osua de na ɛba no aduane sɛm de a woni haw kra. Ye na tru kwan wɔ Kumasi Kochi e wa Asante Mantam Ghana. Sɛ wo pentremu bia nso a mepa kyɛw fra yɛn wɔ 0245 849185 ana 0322 496188. USA Fonson fra yɛn wɔ 404 735 7697. Abel Fontaine Tansu Behunu yɛn wɔ www.marthaedu.org. Pip Test Institute, the Extension Center for Integrative Therapy, home away from home.
It's Thursday. Thank you so much for joining us here on Insurance Minutes. My name is 𝗟𝗏𝗏. Insurance Minutes is proudly brought to you by 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗿𝗏 Insurance Company. You can locate them nationwide, but in Accra you can find them in Osu behind the Presbyterian Church. Today on Insurance Tidbit, please do all to buy a motor insurance policy from 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗿 Insurance Company and get a brown ECOWAS card for free, or you can buy any other insurance policy from 𝗟𝗏𝗏 at affordable prices, but you need to read the terms and conditions on their website at info@𝗟𝗏𝗏insurance.com, or you can also get interactive with them on any of their social media platforms, WhatsApp, X, Instagram, and Facebook, and then you can also get to read everything you want to read on all the different insurance policies they have, ranging from the motor insurance policy, the contractors or risk policy, there's a personal accident policy, there's a home protection policy, there are money insurance, there are bonds, and many others. And so there is an insurance package right for you. All you need to do is to buy a policy and pay your premiums on time. There's a video from 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗿 Insurance Company. We'll go take a look at it.
This is Quarcoo. He's a good guy, but cannot stay away from unnecessary attention and flex. Yes! He received this brand new car from a relative abroad to work with, but decides to wait for a while before registering it. So now, with this uninsured vehicle and a DV plate, he flexes in every corner of the city. Hey. Don't be like Quarcoo. Insure your unregistered vehicle with the chassis number with 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗿 motor policy and stay covered. You can also take other policies such as personal accident insurance, fire and flood, money insurance, contractors all risk, and others. 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗿 Insurance. If it must be done, it must be done well.
So you can get in touch with 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗿 Insurance Company using any of the social media handles, WhatsApp, Facebook, X, and Instagram, or you can also log on to their website, info@𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗿insurance.com, and then you can also walk into any of their offices as well. Thank you so much for joining us on Insurance Minutes, which was proudly brought to you by 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗿 Insurance Company. Up next is Agro. Do enjoy.